My friend Fabio Colivier and I challenged ourselves to see how much Arabic Fabio could learn in 2 weeks. The rules of the challenge were that we would meet 10 times for 1.5 hours each time. And after 14 days, 2 weeks, we would evaluate his progress according to what's known as the OPI, Oral Proficiency Interview, which is the same speaking test that the US government uses to evaluate military linguists. So how much Arabic can a person learn in just 2 weeks? Keep watching because we're going to find out. And I'm going to reveal the secrets behind how I regularly make US military students conversational in Spanish, Portuguese, and Arabic in as little as 2 weeks as a military language teacher. Our challenge began on July 20th, 2024. That's Fabio, a Brazilian language learning enthusiast, polyglot, and entrepreneur living in São Paulo. And that's me, Tony Marsh, former Air Force Arabic linguist and military language teacher. I wanted to start first by seeing how much Arabic Fabio already knew. What do you know in Arabic? Like, give me everything you know. Assalamu alaikum, I heard you say.
So, salam alaikum, malaikum assalam, that's how you reply. Sabah here, like good morning. Ana bihayir, like I'm good or something. Shukran, afwan, like thank you, you're welcome. What else? Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
That's about it.
Okay, so not very much. The goal of the first session was to begin to tap into the part of Fabio's mind that links sounds to imaginary images. In other words, we didn't write anything down because I wanted Fabio to start by writing it all down into his brain. We developed an opening sequence of 5 questions or so. Hi, how are you? What's your name? Where are you from? Where do you live? And do you speak Arabic? This served 2 purposes. The first was to get the ball rolling in the back and forth game of conversation. Questions and answers. 2 weeks from now, I'll be asking Fabio about 50 questions in fairly rapid succession, and he must be able to react. The second purpose it serves was to begin to outline the grammatical patterns of the language, which we'll continue to build upon. Fabio did about an hour of self-guided practice and review later that day, and in our second session on day 2, he felt he was ready to branch out a bit from our established routine. Sometimes that gets us into trouble. I petitioned Fabio to not think outside of the box too much. Stick to the routine. Wax on, wax off, like the Karate Kid.
أنا من برازيل.
هل تتكلم برتغالي؟
نعم أتكلم برتغالي كلغة.
أنت من برازيل، أنت تتكلم اللغة البرتغالية أيضا. هل تتكلم أي لغة أخرى؟ إنجليزي، إسباني مثلا؟
أتكلم إنجليزي جدا. أتكلم not جدا، لا جدا. أتكلم إنجليزي أتكلم إنجليزي.
Thank you, dude. You know what I was about to say, right?
Yeah.
Why are you recalling right now? Why are you trying to recall?
I thought I knew the word and then just poof.
You got to get fast at leaving it alone.
Yeah. Well, okay. أتكلم إنجليزي وأتكلم إسباني وأتكلم برتغالي وأتكلم عربي قليلا.
Yeah, that was good. Why recall? Why try to recall? Smooth. We were going so good. Remember how we got to the end? It was okay. Let's do the smooth thing. All right, and then you were amazing. I'm in Brazil. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
And then this is the mental discipline. It's not about lying. It's about building the mental discipline to be smooth. That's how dudes get impressive scores on OPIs in 2 weeks, because they've trained their mind to think slowly. Because slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
That's awesome. And just answer what they asking, right?
Yeah.
We want repetitive movements to work the language deep into muscle memory. Still, it can be tempting to think and want to grow a brain. And as Fabio's speaking coach, I felt I really needed to drive this point home. By day 3, Fabio had formed a small range of habits. In other words, he could respond to my first 5 basic questions by reflex, not having to recall.
كيف حالك؟
أنا بخير. أنا
ما
بخير.
اسمك؟
اسمي فابيو.
من أين أنت؟
أنا من برازيل.
أين تسكن؟
أسكن في سان باولو.
هل تتكلم عربي؟
أتكلم عربي نعم قليلا.
هل تحب أن تدرس عربي؟
أحب أن أدرس عربي جدا.
So we shifted gears and took a big picture look at the overall grammatical and lexical structure of Arabic, offering Fabio yet another day to let those initial habits sink in. I likened it to flying over the language in a plane, just sightseeing. Day 4 took us back into deep survival mode of training, in which we set a timer for 30 minutes and did whatever was necessary to speak only Arabic for 30 minutes.
الحمد لله. وأنت يا أخي كيف حالك؟
الحمد لله أيضا. كنت أدرس صيني قليلا.
قليلا. ممتاز ممتاز. ممكن في المستقبل ستدرس صيني مرة أخرى.
إن شاء الله.
Day 5 was our survey of reading, in which we assigned a creative mnemonic device to each letter of the alphabet, and then practiced reading city and state names. After only 60 minutes, Fabio was sounding out words, having never read a word in Arabic before.
بيت أبي في كاليفورنيا. بيت أخي في سان فرانسيسكو. بيتي في برازيل. بيت أبي في برازيل.
On day 6, we invited our friend and native Arabic speaker Reem to challenge Fabio, and although it went pretty well for only being his 6th day speaking Arabic, there was a valuable lesson to be learned, which was that as the beginner speaker, he should do his best to guide the conversation into territory he is familiar with, by asking questions and looking for ways to stick to his routine. I sometimes liken this to the way politicians speak in interviews, which is they make sure that they're going to answer the questions the way they want to answer them, and each question is really just an excuse for the politician to find a way back to his previously decided talking points. That's what I call OPI strategy.
أتكلم عربي في 5 أيام.
هذا رائع.
هل تقول كيف تقول جابانيز؟
اليابانية.
اليابانية.
يابانية.
سافرت إلى نيويورك وميامي وأورلاندو وكاليفورنيا أيضا.
هذا جيد.
On day 7, we talked philosophy about the merits of finding the path of least resistance. I told Fabio, when you receive a question in the OPI, don't think about your answer and then try to say it in Arabic. Instead, imagine yourself running across a lake, looking for stepping stones on which to step so you don't fall in. These stepping stones are VSPs, verb starting points. Think of your response, then choose the most direct line of verb starting points combined with vocabulary that will get your point across. Days 8 and 9 were just OPI practice. By that time, we had developed a list of about 50 questions that I would ask Fabio during his mock OPI on day 10.
مرحبا.
مرحبا يا حبيبي. كيف حالك؟
أنا بخير الحمد لله. هل أنت جاهز؟
أنا جاهز.
من أين أنت؟
أنا من برازيل.
من برازيل. وأين تسكن في برازيل؟
أسكن في سان باولو.
لماذا انتقلت من ناتال إلى ساو باولو؟
هناك أعمال أكثر.
إذن أنت معلم في أي لغة؟ في اللغة الإنجليزية، إسبانية، أنت معلم في أي لغة؟
أنا أولا في اللغة الإنجليزية وإسبانية وبرتغالية.
وكم عمرك؟
عمري 28 سنة.
هذا جيد جدا. Okay, question number 10. ما هي اللغات التي تحب أن تمارسها؟
أتكلم الإنجليزية والبرتغالية والإسبانية وأحب أن أتكلم العربية أيضا.
ممتاز. Now you're cooking. Now you got an answer. You're good. You survived.
شكرا.
How well do you think Fabio did? Is it crazy to think that you can learn anything in a language in only 2 weeks? What do you think about using the OPI military-style speaking test as the gold standard for language learning? If you think there's anything about this language learning method that could help you in your language learning journey, then feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to talk to you. Thanks for watching and happy language learning.